I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Yeah, I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitches are jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the bros, I got Richard and Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in the greatest state. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm cooking with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bad. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you ain't in the bag and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros.
Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half of the dynamic duo known as Buddy V, killing it with the one and only
Sam K. And man, we got two great guests in the building tonight, all the way from StreetBeefs Scrapyard. We have the one, the only Ruckus.
What's up?
And then all the way from StreetBeefs West Coast, we have the newcomer, Hashira Mikey.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
Yo.
It's going to be a fun show. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
What's up, Young and Lavish? What's up,
How
Ryan?
y'all feeling?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Hey,
guys?
Ryan, we were trying to start on time. I promise you, I was damn near on time. It wasn't me. Stop it. How y'all feeling though?
I'm doing all right, man. I had a long day. I was working. I just got off of work at 2 in the morning, or not 2 in the morning, 10 in the morning, and I still haven't went to sleep, but I'll be right.
Right on.
Red Bull gives you wings, or bang, because I know that this man right over here needs to get a little sponsorship.
Let's go. Bang and bring you back to life.
Bang.
If you want someone to do a flying knee on anyone, this your man.
I can't endorse that.
Just kidding. But no, let's get the show started. Ruckus, I'll start off with you. I was excited because I thought that you were going to fight this past event at the Scrapyard, but you didn't. So my question is, are you going to try to sign up for like the next event or anything, or do you think you're just going to kind of take a step and just continue training for a while, and then when you come back out after a few more months, or where were you with that? I was curious.
So yeah, after that event, I was thinking of I might show up next time. But just recently I moved back to Ellensburg, so I'm trying to set up training with Ron Tang and Cornfed and all those guys that showed up last time. And yeah, we're in the middle of working on it. They told me that they train like every so often, so I hope to go with them next time, train with them here and there, and see where we go from that.
Nice. How many fights have you had in the yard?
I've had 2 MMA fights and 2 jiu-jitsu matches. I'm hoping to do a boxing fight this time when I do go back.
Nice. A little mix of styles.
Yeah.
Speaking of mix of styles, Hashira, you had a boxing match, your first fight, and then just this weekend you had a 4-ounce kickboxing match. 2 different styles. Can you talk about what do you actually train in, and what do you prefer? What far as styles?
So right now, Team Mortem, I've been training strictly Muay Thai, but I kind of grew up doing MMA. I started off with karate and everything around like 10 years old, but right now I'm focusing on Muay Thai and MMA. So it's kind of whatever.
It's a good
What weight
mix.
do you fight at?
I fight at 125, 123. That's what I've been weighing at, but 125.
I didn't know you were
Awesome.
that light. Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty light, man. I look like I'm bigger, but
You
nah.
do, man. You're one of the few guys, man, who you can tell you're doing something because as far as physique, you're ripped. You know, it's obvious you're in shape. You're working out and stuff. Uh, can you talk a little bit about this fight that just happened this weekend? Because we don't see people use the 4-ounce gloves outside of Battleborn and Team Mortem. So let's talk about that.
So honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't train much for this last fight that I just had. I was very busy in the last 3 days. I was like, need to do something. So I ended up getting in the sauna. I have a home sauna, like a one that you sit in. And I
Nice.
sat for like a good 5 hours, just played video games and watched, and then I ended up breaking my back the last day before the fight. So I trained the last 3 days, but other than that, I didn't do anything. Team Mortem, we always go for a banger. You know, we're always trying to come in there and show that we actually come in there with technique, not just to brawl. You know, I feel like a lot of street beefs fighters are there brawling, but you know, we came to show technique and flow and the way that we can control someone. You know.
Facts.
I like that. And Ruckus, I actually was gonna ask you before I forget, because I know Samke had brought up Hashira's physique, and because he does look ripped as shit. I thought he was just solid, pure, like. But from your first fight, I can say now, you had a lot more of a thinner frame, just very smaller muscles and everything. But now you have a huge build, and I'm curious if you were trying to move up to a specific weight class, or if you were just trying to put on muscle. But I mean, from your first fight to like how built you are now, you do not look like the same person. So I just want to know like how you achieved that and what your goals were.
Well, honestly, I don't even know how I even built this muscle, to be honest. Like, I just had to experience with food and, um, I ate like shit, but like, I will say, like, ever since I started working at a burrito restaurant, I figured out like maybe eating tacos and eating ramen soup, just everything that I could find pretty much. And then I haven't been going to the gym for a whole year when I first started working there. So as I started eating and eating, I thought maybe, hey, I can go to the gym. And it took me up until like this year to finally start going to the gym like every single day. It's become a habit now to where like, now since I'm living in Ellensburg, I gotta commute from here to there to the gym every day, but I've got weights at home, so I'm like trying to figure out like, okay, maybe I could work on uppercuts with my dumbbells. And I'm also hoping to get up to 180 and then dropping weight. I feel like maybe if I were to get up to 170 and then drop weight down to 135, I think I would be comfortable doing that. But yeah, I've wrestled at 138 and I felt like I did pretty good, but like I didn't have muscle during that time. So like that's why I felt like maybe that's the reason why I was losing, was because I didn't have as much strength as I did at the time. But yeah, I'm hoping to go to the gym more, try to figure out ways to gain weight, and then see if I can cut weight down, hopefully in the future.
I wanted to ask you, have you jumped up in weight and dropped before?
I have actually. Recently, like I thought I was at 160, but It's been so freaking hot in here that I've been losing like at least 10 pounds. I think right now I weigh like 152, but during wrestling I say like that I feel like while I was wrestling, I had to cut weight down so much. I was like stuck at 146 the entire time, and then what they would make me do is put on an insulation suit, and I would have to run outside a whole bunch of times. And sure enough, like I was at 139, and they made me do it one more time, and just eat a bunch of donuts. Yeah, that's probably what I would have to do. There's an ABC Donuts right down the street, so so yeah, cutting weight is definitely harder for me, and since I have a high metabolism, it's also hard for me to figure out what to eat and gain weight. But I don't know. I just feel like I cut weight too much, like as I eat so much, and every time I get up and walk, I keep losing weight. That's just how I feel. But like, um, yeah, just high metabolism is definitely like the hardest thing for me. I wish I could trade it with somebody else if I could. But
I wanted to say, bro, with street beefs, you don't have to be so critical on your weight.
Mhm.
I can see if you're dealing with other organizations, you're trying to go amateur pro, but I mean, on the street beefs level, you don't have to put that, you don't have to put yourself through that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I thought about cutting weight before my fights, but like during my last 4 fights or jiu-jitsu matches, I would like before I would go and walk to the yard, I would like run up and down the hill that they have there on the property and see if maybe I can lose like maybe a pound or two. And sure enough, it would work. But like um, after finding out from Fire Chicken, I remember he posted something on Facebook saying, you don't he's like basically telling people to not cut weight is what
Correct.
he was saying.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand that, so I just did it anyway.
Yeah, there's no reason to unless you're trying to go to the next level.
Mhm.
There's really, you're damaging your body. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some people, never regain that muscle.
Mhm.
Some people, never regain, what they were. So, it's something to think about.
Right.
Hell yeah. So real quick, Hashira, I was gonna ask you, because in your first fight that I watched, you were very, very composed. And I was blown away. And one thing we talk about on the podcast a lot is the nerves before a fight, during a fight, how people deal with them, so like over time. And I was gonna ask if you throughout you said you had trained throughout the years growing up with karate and all this other stuff. Did you have any pre-fight nerves before that first fight, or were you pretty used to it and able to control everything?
I always have pre-fight nerves. I feel like if you don't have pre-fight nerves, you're a little too cocky. That's how people get knocked out. I feel like that's how you get, like blown away in a way. Like, I feel like if you don't have pre-fight nerves, you're not aware of the danger that your opponent can have. Because don't get me wrong, everyone's experience level is different, and sometimes you don't know if you're going into a fight with someone that maybe 0-0 in street beefs, but they have sanctioned fights outside of it. I don't have I have one sanctioned fight outside of street beefs, but I've trained a lot in many different gyms in Las Vegas, but just could never find my place. So got with Team Mortem. Actually, a lot of them I know from high school. Eric Mortem, known him from high school. So uh, I always have pre-fight nerves though, always.
And what do you do to face those nerves?
I feel like I learned to embrace them. I feel like having those pre-fight nerves is what gives you more power in a way. I feel like I believe in energy a lot and in power of belief, you know. Shout out Marauder. But you gotta have belief in yourself, and if you don't have that belief in yourself, I feel like when you have those pre-fight nerves, it just shows that you care. I learned that from John Jones. Shows that you care. If you didn't care, you would just going in there being sloppy, doing whatever. But yeah.
And in your opinion, how did the fight with Luke Nasty, how did that go compared to your sanctioned fight?
So for my one and only sanctioned fight, it was also Muay Thai. I fought at One Kicks. I don't remember my opponent's name. I lost that fight by decision, but that fight compared to the Luke Nasty fight, I feel like, if anything, my personal opinion, you know, everyone's gonna have their own opinion. I feel like, if anything, it should have been a draw. But
I said that before the show.
But hey, it's boxing. I trained boxing for 2 years. I have a lot of hard sparring in that. I don't have fights, but I'm not a bad boxer. I just was not prepared for boxing. Let's just say that. That was my first fight. My team was telling me, you know, you're not gonna get what you want always, and I should have listened a little bit more. But if I was more prepared for boxing and knowing I wouldn't be able to use my clinch and knees,
Yeah, you did tie clinch. I had to tell you something on that. Yeah.
I started clinching more, and I started doing certain things because I was getting tired of, you know, getting grabbed in the way that I was.
Yeah. He was clinching too.
Oh yeah. Clinching. Yeah, man. It was a crazy experience. I love that fight though. Shout out Luke Nasty. You know, he got the dub.
Hey,
Andrew Hurst.
That's how I keep them. That's funny. I actually had a really good question for both of you because you know you're both younger fighters, and sometimes I love to think that you know age does play a role in some of these answers. So I'm curious as to each of you, and Ruckus, you can go first if you want. That what do you feel holds many fighters back? You know, from going to that next level.
Fear, definitely fear. I remember having those moments, like, especially like my first time, like going to the scrapyard. Like I felt like if I go back home and if I lost my fight, I felt like going home to this small ass town that I live in would be like a living hell for me because everyone would recognize you, be like, "Hey, how'd you do in your fight?" And then once you tell them you lose, like I would always think like, okay, if I tell them that I lost, or if they find out I lost, they're gonna call me trash. And but like at the same time, it just, to me, like this is what made me feel better, realizing, like, it took me a really long time to realize it. While I first did training, 90% of the people that tell you that you're trash, you're not good enough, they're afraid to do whatever the fuck they want to bring out to people. They're afraid they're afraid to show what they want to do in life. Like nobody in town where I'm from wanted to do what I did. And yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. Yeah. Definitely fear.
I remember one time it was Fiji was on the show and he even said, when you win a fight, everyone will blow you up, say all this stuff, but when you lose, you'll just notice how empty that inbox is, how quiet everyone is all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What about you, what?
Oh no, go
ahead.
What
about you, Hashira?
So I personally feel like a big thing is willpower within yourself. I feel like a lot of people give up during training and sparring sessions and things like that, and those are the times where you have to go the hardest. You can't be sloppy during training, because if you're sloppy during training, that's you train how you fight. I wholeheartedly believe in that. My boxing coach used to say that. Every coach that I've ever been with has told me that you train how you fight, and that's very, very true. I did boxing, and I was training strictly Muay Thai, and my stance that entire fight was almost a Muay Thai stance. You train how you fight. When it comes to willpower, I train really, really hard when I'm in camp and things like that. These last 2 fights, I haven't been camping out, too much. But when I do get in that mode and I am training, I go very, very hard, very, very hard. Hence my physique. I do a lot of calisthenics. If anyone wants to check that out, that's on my Instagram, Hashira Mikey. I feel like during training, if you don't push as hard as you would want to in the fight, you're not going to be able to do it in the fight.
I like that. Hashira, I want to ask you, bro, and I know a lot of people want to know, how did we get the name?
I watch a lot of anime, so I am very into Demon Slayer. I can't wait for the new arc to come out. I just think of, Hashira's being at the highest status, so I was like, okay, Hashira Mikey. It went. I just thought it was catchy. Nothing too much.
It's dope. You just had a question from one of our viewers. I believe is Island Strong, one of our boxers out the West Coast.
My game plan, knowing he's a boxer, it kind of would have been the same way as what I was going with during this last fight, the kickboxing match. I was attacking the legs and the legs and the body. I would go for the liver more. I feel like Luke tried to bend down a lot, so he would have been afraid to get kneed. He would have very much been afraid to get kneed or kicked, because I can throw kicks from close range, as we saw in the last fight. I can time them very well, and every time that he would have ducked his head because of being a boxer, I feel like I could have got a good little kick to the face, But I don't really go into any fight having a full-blown game plan, because you don't know what's going to happen in that fight. You don't know how the person's going to react to different movements. You don't know their bad habits and their good habits. In the first round, honestly, you learn all those things with the first couple of seconds of the fight, how someone takes their stance. I feel like you learn a lot off of the first round, and that's what you have to go off of. You can't play.
Man, I remember that happened in the Jay Gotham versus Milkman fight, when Jay Gotham went to throw a roundhouse and Milkman went to go do a double leg, and he just got the knee straight to his head and busted it. Man. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Accidents happen.
Yeah, man, those kicks was nasty. Hashira was landing them, and they were loud. They were cracking. I really didn't think you were 125 pounds, bro. I thought you were in the 140s, just due to height and then, build. But, yeah, both of you guys and those 4-ounce gloves, man, kickboxing, everything was just boom, boom, boom.
The Beast was a very good opponent. I love that fight.
Yeah, can't wait for it to drop.
Hell yeah.
I want to watch it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask Ruckus, man, you've been in some wars yourself, and they haven't always gone your way. What drives you to continue to come back and fight?
It pisses people off. I don't know. It makes me it just makes me feel better, because I've been going through so much stress over the years, and the only way to fight it off is to fight. And that's it's literally just like that. I love to make, like, if it makes people angry, it just makes me feel like I'm doing something right. And it amuses me in a way.
Right, Scorpio? Yeah, that's just funny.
Scorpio. Shout out Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Dude, his fight with Shinigami was crazy.
I wish it would have. I wish it would have finished, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Scorpio has a lot in the tank, bro. For whatever reason, he's not showcasing it, or something always comes, happens. But the day Scorpio like gives us a fight, it's gonna be a hell of a bore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Shout out Scorpio.
How so?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. I was gonna ask you guys, being in a fight, being fighters and everything else, it's fun because I brought it up a few different times. I broke my hand, I had to get a screw put through my whole thing. And I was out for a whole year. Have either of you ever suffered any sort of injury from training or fighting, or just nothing outside the normal? Hashira?
I honestly have never like broken a bone or anything like that. I feel like I'm very durable. I've had some gnarly crashes. I like to do like free running and things like that. I haven't done it. I've been busy with work and things like that. But as you saw, I know how to flip, and trying to train those flips, I've I've hit the ground pretty hard. I used to play tag a lot. Everyone thinks tag is so stupid, but I feel like it's one of the best ways to train your stamina. All my friends, we don't really play it no more. No one has time anymore. We got older, but it was like just recently we stopped playing, like maybe 2 years ago now. Time that I've been with my girlfriend, I think, is when we stopped playing tag. I've never broken anything, never torn anything. I've had injuries like from training, like where I'm sore and like I can't move something too much and I'm limping maybe, but it's nothing been serious. Nothing at all.
All right.
And you, Ruckus?
Oh boy. Does wrestling practice count?
Yeah.
Any injury?
Okay. Well, I exploded my eyebrow during the varsity spot. I don't know if you guys can see that scar.
That
it's
scar?
really pink.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Hey?
here's what happened. So I wanted to wrestle for the 138-pound spot to be varsity, and I had to wrestle my teammate Mason. So he and I both at the same time we were wrestling pretty good, and we get up and we both go for a takedown. Both of us smack our heads together, and I start spraying blood everywhere while we kept wrestling. Like, I just didn't even care until the coach stopped the wrestling. And yeah, so he stopped us and he's like, "Stop, I see blood." And he looks at Mason, he's like, "Are you all right?" And he's like, yeah, I'm good." And so he looks at me, he's like, "Blaine, are you, oh shit, you need to stop." And I'm just like sitting there with blood just coming down my face. I'm like, what's wrong? And so we had to share the wrestling room with the middle schoolers too. So the middle school wrestlers were just sitting there in horror while I'm just dripping in blood. And they're just like, I'm just like, "What?" And they're all screaming and they're telling me to lay down. I'm just like, "I'm good. I'm fine. Like, why is this a big deal?" And I got a picture of me posing with my bloody eyebrow, and I was rushed to the urgent care, and I got about 8 stitches on my eyebrow from that.
Did you go home or did you go back to school?
Oh, well, wrestling was after school, so I just went home and took a nap and woke up with a concussion.
No big deal. No, normal day.
And believe it or not, that's what made me want to start going to Street Beefs was after that incident.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah, everyone in there was like, "Holy shit, you could take a hit like that." I would have been knocked out if that happened to me. And I was like, well, maybe I could test myself. We'll see.
How did you find the scrapyard?
Well, Steve messaged me way before he even started uploading videos. So he was like, "Hey, I heard you're from Washington. You're wanting to start Street Beefs." So I'm starting a Street Beefs branch in Washington in Gig Harbor. So I was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool! I'm not 18 yet, so I can't do it." So it took me a long time to turn 18, but I waited until I was 19 to go to the scrapyard, and I went to my first event. The first year anniversary was my first event.
Right. All right.
Mm-hmm. In my first interview with Buddy V too.
Nice.
I miss those. I miss going to the scrapyard for that reason. I love the question of the day. I love hearing different fighters' answers. And there was 6 fighters that started making a joke out of it, and it was the best thing ever. I think Dangerous was one of them. I asked a question, and I don't remember, and his answer was I want to do this so I could go get a bunch of cocaine, and hookers, and money, and this and that. And the boy went on this whole tangent. I was cracking up. I think it was for Halloween or something. But yeah, they were fun. Hell yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, those were fun. I liked it. I liked watching it right after I got home and just seeing the my upload on there. It was really fun.
Yeah, ain't nothing like seeing your fight on the internet, bro.
That changes.
Oh, true.
Everything. The views can only go up every day. You know?
Walking by, you're like, "Hey, how's it going? Have you heard of Street Beefs?"
Hey, Hashira, I wanted to ask, Mortem's been with us for a while. He's had a few fights with us. Are you looking to fight anyone particular in the future with the West Coast or even outside of the West Coast?
Honest, I'm looking to fight whoever. I just want to test my technique. I want to see what I can really do, because I feel like I haven't gotten the chance to actually push myself the way I like to push myself in training. I haven't been forced to, okay, I need to train very, very hard or else I'm going to lose this fight no matter what. I haven't had that fear yet. I haven't had true fear in an opponent knocking me out or anything like that. So I wanna be able to experience that. I want to be able to experience going through almost getting knocked out or maybe getting knocked out, but not gonna let that happen. But if it happens, it happens. Things happen. Everyone's fights go different. I don't see anyone in particular that I would want to fight. But, I feel like there will be call-outs, most definitely. Maybe not by me. And if they are done by me, we'll see. I just don't know anyone's names yet. I don't really look into people too much. It's whoever. I bang with whoever. You want to fight? We can fight.
Nah.
I like it.
I was gonna say, I think it's a scrapper. I can't think of anyone because it's we have people that's 115, but then they get the next 135. I'm trying to think of someone around 125. Can't think of it. Man. Sorry, I'll have to look some more.
We got a couple guys, and it's not a big pool for sure, but there's a couple on the West Coast.
I'm sure I can move up.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Absolutely. You got plenty of time to grow and fill out. Yeah.
And,
what is go ahead.
No, I was gonna go off topic, so it's all good.
I was gonna say, what got you into fighting, and what is your end goal with this? What are we doing this for?
I actually want to go pro. I want to go into one championship, either for Muay Thai or MMA. It's always been kind of a goal of mine. I haven't been able to, do too much towards that goal than train and get as much experience as possible. I've been searching for sanctioned matches and things like that. Like I said, I haven't been able to find my place in a gym and find a home, you know. So that's where I found Team Mortem, found my home in them. So I'm just doing what I can right now to get recognition and, you know, be seen as a fighter instead of just someone that is like, oh yeah, I fight, you know. I want to get as many fights as possible within Street Beefs, and then see where it goes from there. I got into fighting though. Honestly, I have a friend slash brother that came to the fight, and he watched me with his son and his girlfriend. He kind of he's the one that showed me how to train and everything. He may not look too much like a fighter, but he knows what he's talking about. He knows how to. He became a dad, lost everything, you know, didn't train. I used to get bullied as well when I was younger. I'm smaller. I'm very small. If I didn't train the way I did, I'd probably be like 115, 110, around that weight.
Mm.
If I as much as I do too, but I always used to be the kid that was like, I think I was like 4'11" when I hit high school still, ninth grade, 4'11". So I was like really, really small. And I used to get bullied a lot in middle school and in elementary school. So I feel like it kind of forced me into having to learn how to fight and learning how to defend myself. And it just became into a hobby at first. And then it was like, okay, I'm I'm pretty good at this. I like this. Let's try and make something out of this. And it's been a long road, man. It's been a long road, I'll tell you that. Still going. Gonna keep it going. Excuse me. Trying to make the most of it. Things happen though.
Short people. Ooh. And you know they say that what men keep developing to like 23 or 25. So I mean, the way you could grow and really push yourself, especially if you're doing things that most the average person isn't doing. I mean, the level of growth you could achieve is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see this. That's why I love Street Beefs. That's why I love MMA Underground. And I mean, we brought up with Samke. Sometimes fighters when like they come, they have one fight, and all of a sudden it's like 8, 10 fights later, we're seeing like the progress, we're seeing the transition. It's like, man, I'm so glad to have you guys on today.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Now, what I was gonna break away was I was curious because we had last show Pinche Jr. and he is a rap artist. He dropped us a quick little verse too, you know. And so I kind of wanted to ask about some of your hobbies because Ruckus, I won't give it away. I tuned into a live of something he was doing. It was pretty dope.
Mhm.
So, you know, what's your hobbies that you have outside of fighting, if there is, you know, one or two?
Well, my buddy David, shout out. He was the one who got me into DJing. So, last year I wanted to make dubstep in rhythm, and I thought, oh shit, all right. So I came up with a name. I was like, I want to come up with something like for fighting, and like what can I like make like a good DJ name? And I came up with Karate, and with karate you do a lot of chopping, so like that's perfect for rhythm. Like a lot of rhythm artists like to do chopping on their turntables, and you like chop from one song to the other. And I thought, okay, maybe I could try this. So I bought myself a $200 turntable, and I was like, all right, maybe I could give it a try. So I performed finally here in town, at this little music shack. And my buddy Breakdown of Morality, he is also a DJ, does the same music as I do. So he thought it would be a good idea if I came out and supported his show. And not a lot of people came. It was like maybe one or two people just sitting there like doing a small mosh pit, and I was just sitting there like, coolest thing I've ever done in my life. So I thought, you know, maybe DJing could be like, maybe it could be cool one day. And I'm hoping to do like some Twitch streams, do like some, late night DJing, like chill kind of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much like my only hobby, pretty much that, or just working out or play video games or something like that. Just like some indoor stuff.
Can you play something for us real quick?
Oh, right now?
Hey.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh,
You ready?
my. Just a little snippet.
Okay. So I'm allowed to play music on here, right? Like just copy. Okay.
We'll find out.
All right. Okay, we'll see.
Everyone got ready. We're all like, all right, let's hear it.
Okay, I gotta unplug this one thing from my TV real quick. Okay.
Yeah, he's getting ready. Let's see it.
I wonder.
Don't worry, we'll get to you after, Hashira. Promise.
Shoot. Here, I'm gonna have to go find a cord real quick. I'll be quick.
Oh, well then, yeah, let's hear it, Hashira. What kind of hobbies do you have? What do you like to do outside of fighting, or is that your hobby?
Honestly, I would say that is part of my hobby. I don't really do too much besides just work and train. I like to do my hobby because
Say that again. You went out.
I like to do calisthenics. So I train body weight a lot, and I don't really do too much outside of work. I work, train, fights. When it comes to the calisthenics, though, I like to do a lot of different like challenges. I don't work out like the normal person.
Oh, dang, he went out again.
Your audio is chopping. Just say it again.
Am I good?
Same. It's weird. The video's good, but the sound is choppy. That's weird.
Mm.
It's because the scratching is about to come in. So there is a potential for like a copyright thing. So we might have to like, if you could chop as much as you could, maybe, or like every 6-7 seconds.
Oh, I got you. I've got some. Yeah, I got you. Here.
Okay.
The audio better now?
You're back.
Yes.
I'm wondering. Okay, so I got to turn down the.
Let's see. We got everyone here. Yeah. All right.
Turn down for what?
All right, let's test it out real quick.
See, this is why you tune in live to Yankee and the Brick,
Oh,
MMA Underground. You get stuff you don't get anywhere else.
You never know what might happen.
No, what might happen? That's what I'm talking about, man. This is why I love Tuesdays. This is why I love the people we have. This is why I love all you guys tuning in. Everyone makes this show. It's not always like everyone here. Thank you all.
All right, I might go mute, but if you're able to hear my microphone, okay. Let me switch the. Okay. Microphone.
That's right, Chile. I might have to do another giveaway soon. Tune in and win.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, right there. Mix track.
We got to get you on some Scrapyard themes too, like on the intros, outros.
Right.
Hey, I don't know about y'all. I had a dubstep phase back in the day. Like I was on dub hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? EDM in general.
That was I like the little drum and bass. My uncle showed me some. Yeah, some of that UK stuff.
Drum and bass go hard.
Grime.
Right. I mean, that's why I like Skepta.
Okay. Please work. Please work. I know you can do it. No, you can do it. I know you can do it.
That was cool, man. You know, okay, yes, sir. Hell yeah. I'm waiting.
Okay.
See,
I
I
know.
wanted to always. I
If
heard
this
about stuff
doesn't
about
work,
going to like. Huh?
oh, I said if this doesn't work, then I can show you my mix on SoundCloud. It might be the way to go, but let me test this one more
You never
time.
know. I see it.
Yes, it worked. Okay,
Let's
can you
get
hear
it. Let's get it.
Hell yeah! All right.
Dubsteppers. Let me find out Ryan is a secret admirer of gashes. Let me find out.
Right.
Ryan, what you really trying to say?
Huh?
We're not judging you. She's actually one of my favorite fighters. We know.
Oh, Raven? Yeah, all right.
Oh, there we go.
Dance party, I'm ready. Yeah, get it ready.
Nimda. Nimda.
What's going on?
Come here, buddy.
Went into dad mode quick.
Yeah, sorry. That was the kids over there.
We heard the tone. We heard the tone.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. I got it all set up. Can you see the turntable?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right.
Got my volume up. All right. All right. I can hear a countdown in my head. Are you playing music?
I'm finna get the glow sticks.
It wasn't working on my laptop. I had to put it on my phone to hear it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You ready for one more, or is that too much?
No, let's do it.
Okay,
This is in place of our segments for tonight. We no Fire 5 or Fighters to Watch. We got some live DJing. Boom.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's see.
Let's hear some scratching though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm a scratch guy. I mean.
All right. Let's see. Let's see if I can try scratching. I'm a little new to it, but we'll see. We'll see. Whoa. 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 Hold on.
Hell yeah, man. That was
Yeah.
fun.
That was dope, man.
That was cool.
Hey, thank you.
That was dope.
Hell yeah. Ruckus.
You go by DJ
Yeah.
Ruckus or what?
What's up?
Well, what's your DJ name?
Karate.
Oh, you did say that. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a little sample. But I haven't been DJing recently, so I'm hoping to get back to it pretty soon.
Got to.
Training
After
is
getting
key.
Mhm.
Training is key.
Hell yeah. Oh, I wish I had a good microphone so it would be better for you guys.
Yeah, that was that
That
was
was
still
dope. I liked it.
Yeah, we heard pretty good, man. I thought it was dope, bro.
Hey, thank you.
Speaking of training, I wanted to ask Hashira a bit about training with Team Mortem and how is that?
we train hard, man. We always train hard. So we emphasize sparring a lot, but I feel like a lot of people have very big egos when it comes to sparring. You don't need to spar hard to get good sparring in. You can spar hard, but like it doesn't you don't knock each other in. It's not about that. It's about learning the things like that.
And who's all on the team? Because I know you guys, but for the people who don't know,
So Eric, Mortem, me, and then it's Bill, JoJo, and then Mono.
all killers.
Yeah, oh man.
Hell yeah. We always come to bang, always. I feel like that's starting to become our like little catchphrase.
Yeah.
I'm loving
I want some more Team Mortem. I know someone in the questions asked, would you have a plan for your next fight? A specific month you're gonna try to come out? Young and Lavish asked that. Yes, thank you.
honestly, I want to come out to the Arizona one so then I can at least be there for Eric's fight. But with work and everything, I actually do dispatch for a security company, so I have my hands full. I have to go to work tonight or this in the morning at 2 a.m. So, yeah. I want to try and come in maybe the month after that. It's April, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So possibly in April if there's another one in the smoke yard or smoke ranch. And then
For sure.
I wanna do Muay Thai. I've been training strictly Muay Thai for a couple months now. Muay Thai and MMA. So either one of those. We'll see what happens. I know I can get a MMA fight easier. We'll see.
With the Muay Thai fight, will we see the return of the 4-ounce gloves? Yeah.
4-ounce gloves. Muay Thai. Fight me in 4-ounce gloves. I'll do boxing gloves, but if you guys want to if anyone wants to fight me Muay Thai in the boxing gloves, I need at least the 12 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that's what you guys do anyway.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was something happened at the scrapyard this past event where like mid-fight they realized something happened and like one guy had like a different size glove. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was yeah.
I think so.
It was like
That's crazy. They had me check someone's glove this past event too.
yeah, there's people trying to be sneaky.
I think we actually it was a guy who let another guy borrow his gloves, and we knew what the original guy's gloves were, but no one knew. It looked like this guy just showed up with a new pair of gloves. No one knew it was someone else's gloves, which had already been weighed and whatnot. So, Yeah, it was all good.
Yeah. Man. So, Ruckus, you said that you're gonna do boxing for your next fight in probably like 2 months, right?
Yeah, maybe next month. I'm not sure,
Next month.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So, like I said, I'm trying to train with Ron Tang and Cornfed and OB and all those guys here in town. Shout out. And what they've told me was that they normally do sparring most of the time. So I figured like I really do need more sparring. So I think boxing would definitely be like a good next time kind of match for me because like I do want to focus more on my my handwork.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I saw someone in the comments, Mortem versus Marauder. Was that 4 ounce? Yes, that was 4 ounce gloves.
Yeah. All right. Shit. Yeah, that was a fun fight to watch.
Most definitely.
um,
Oh wow.
so I know that we're getting a little towards the end of the show, but I had another question I was very curious about. Because when I go to train at the gym, I see a difference in the people of the way they train. And I feel like do you guys feel like training and fighting, does that make you a little bit more calm as a person because you exert yourself in a different way versus the typical gym bros who always walk around like they got something stuck up their ass?
Yeah.
Calmer. A lot of people have very big egos and think that they're just gonna see red, But some people can be calm and collected just because of how they grew up and things like that, and they can still have a big ego. But when it comes down to fighting, you can really see who a person really. I feel like that's why a lot of people after like they fight and they were beefing like a lot before, they're usually cool after. Sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely like I'd say I feel comfortable going to street beefs more than going to the gym. Mainly because of the people that I do train with, but like not shitting on any of them, but like they do tend to get, angry. Like during when I go to boxing session, my opponents every time we do live sparring, I always get hit the hardest because I'm the new guy, so they gotta show me the way it is at home. So at the end of the day, like I might leave with a concussion, and then I got to go back to work, and then I'm like, what'd you say? And like I do feel comfortable more going to street beefs, because like you go there to fight and then you're all done, and then at the end of the day you're like best friends with your opponent as well. So like you say, hey, want to do some training sometime, and then they're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And like that's also the main reason why I like to go to street beefs is to make friends with people and connect with others to like start training, and then swing by, do sparring and whatnot before your next fight. Like that's more like what I like to do. So that's also how I met Rontang and those guys, was from going to street beefs and getting into contact with them, because if I didn't get to see them, then I wouldn't be in this situation.
Nice.
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you guys a final question from me. Who were some of you guys' influences fight wise?
You want to go first, man?
Sure. Yeah. If I were to name multiple people, definitely Buddy V and Solo were the main people who inspired me to go. Yeah, you guys and Gumby. Gumby was definitely the biggest fighter that I was inspired by, because he was my build, and I was like, shit, like if I look like him, maybe I could fight. So
Y'all do kind of look alike. I was just
Yeah.
thinking that.
So I was like, shit, like this is perfect. Like I've been worrying about like being skinny my entire life, and I was like, that made me realize like you don't need muscles to be a good fighter. Like that's just, to me it's like I'm not trying to say like anything bad. It's like to me it's like if I just, work out and, uh and that's the only way for me to build strength and whatnot. Like I feel like technique is the best way. Like if you know what you're doing in a fight, you don't really need strength to win a fight. Like I think MMA is like a big part of that.
Any professional influences, like anybody you watched coming up that you were like, oh man,
Thank you, Ruckus.
Yes. Like uh big influencers, like I would definitely have to say like I don't know, maybe Chuck Liddell, maybe
Ooh,
Chuck
okay.
Liddell and Chase Hooper was also like the biggest one of my favorite fighters ever. Like I hate to be biased, but I like to support my Washington State fighters. So like Chase Hooper, who was also skinny, was like um a big surprise for me because like he was pretty skinny when he first started, and I was like, oh shit, maybe he's gonna lose. And then I saw him choke a guy, and I was like, I thought, what? How is this possible? Like you don't really need to be strong, is what I'm trying to say. Like you can be the skinniest fighter ever and still win against like a big guy. Like I thought that when I was fighting Power Plant, my first fight, like okay, like I didn't realize he was a military trained person, and me having no experience and no workout experience, like I thought, okay, maybe I could figure something out. And after the fight, he told me like, "You're pretty damn strong for a skinny guy," and I was like, that made me happy. And I was like, okay, maybe I could keep doing this. So
awesome, man. What about you, Hashira?
So I feel like growing up, I never like looked into anyone specifically. I would just watch a lot of different fights. I like to study. I like to just fighting has always been something that I've been interested in. Multiple different reasons, but I would just watch fights. I would just watch UFC fights. When I found one championship, that's what I've been watching like strictly because I feel like a lot of people in UFC right now, there's a lot of good fighters. No, I'm not downplaying anyone. Everyone that steps in the cage is worth, respect. But I feel like one championship fighters have a lot more technique and heart within their fights. UFC seems like it's turning into like a advertising type of thing, That's just how. But me, I feel like I would say I looked at Lordzilla. He's a Muay Thai fighter for one championship. I found him out from Eric Mortem. I found him out from him. And then another person that I like kind of look their old fights at least, Conor McGregor. I saw how he was built and like his speed and things like that. And kind of like how Ruckus was saying, you don't have to have muscle or anything to win a fight. You don't. That it's not about how big you are. Someone also that I've been looking into is Mikey Musumeci. He is an amazing grappler, and I respect him a lot because he feels the same way I do about like bullies and things like that.
Nice.
Those are excellent answers. I like some of those fight, like some of those brutal ones. I like they're a little too brutal sometimes for me. Is those Russian ones with those hay barrels? Like they're good for once in a while fights, but sometimes, man,
Street Kings.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was say, I'm probably have to be the bearer of bad news. We reached about that time, but I've had a blast. But before we let you go, before we wrap anything up, you have to say your shout outs, anything you want to let the people know, and where to find you on social media. Want to go first?
You can go ahead.
All right. You guys can find me on Instagram at Hashira Mikey. It's the same thing right there. It's just an underscore in between. It should pop up. You'll see me. I'll be back to the scrapyard or to the smoke
To the
break.
West Coast.
West Coast. Hell yeah. Team Mortem. We'll be back.
We know where you want to come now, though. Yeah.
All right. I like to give a shout out to my mom, my dad, grandpa, grandma, and I also want to give a big shout out to David, Jonah, Zeke, everybody back at home. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Blaine.LaFord. I'm getting close to 500, so hopefully we can get to that hopefully before the end of the year.
Awesome, guys. Hey, well, we appreciate you guys. It was a great interview, great conversation, and you guys have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, guys.
Thank you both. Hell yeah. Damn, that was cool. Awesome shows. And instead of the segments, we got some live music.
Man, nothing like a little DJing, man. He did a great job too, man. It's been a minute since I heard some DJing.
Right? Especially live. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. About that time, man.
It's about that time, man. I want to give a shout out to our guests, Hashira Mikey, Ruckus. You guys were great. Everyone out there, go check out these guys' fights. They're very great fights, entertaining. I want to thank the people in the live chat. You guys are blowing it up tonight. The people watching us on playback, the people with us live. We do this for you guys. Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrapyard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We appreciate you guys. We do this for y'all. Heart in the Fight. We appreciate you guys. Everyone who's watching, if you haven't already, go check out Scrap Talk. It came on an hour before our show on Heart in the Fight's channel. Overtime Hustling Magazine. We appreciate you guys. Buddy V, the greatest co-host. Jay, the greatest producer. And that's it for me, y'all.
For shout out to Zwell-World.com with the new logo. Check that bad boy out. I know you love it. You love it. That's where you can find the MMA Underground t-shirts. Oh yeah. And I kept my word. I've actually been posting every day something on social media, on my Instagram, if it's a story, everything else. And not only will you find some stuff uploaded to the Zwell World website, the spring lineup is here, but not available yet. So these next few weeks, I'm gonna be doing a couple things, getting stuff in order, making a couple shit. But all I know is on the next show, because I believe it's on like 3 weeks from now. It's on the Tuesday when the show drops. Everything's dropping first thing in the morning, so I'll be able to show all y'all. You'll be ready. Ooh, and there might even be a commercial there too. So you might have to keep your eyes peeled for that. Ooh, man. The Instagram, Zwell_Buddy V. Come on, go give him a follow. You want to check it out, especially with these new cool stuff. I got some awesome things you're going to want to see. And with that being said, thank you, Samke. Thank you, Jay. You guys couldn't do without you. And in your famous words, Jay, one world, one love, deuces.